Welcome back to Sunny Side Up. Faith, how you doing?
Good. I have my chai because it's fall, and I got banana bread syrup in it.
Nice. And it turned out how you wanted it to?
Yeah. Not my favorite thing ever, but it's good.
Well, I got my pumpkin spice latte because I'm that basic bitch. But not from not from Starbucks. So I've been playing around with trying to find some new intro outro music for the show, because I never changed it when I changed the name and the branding and all that. You know, the song worked for what it was before, but I think I need a new kind of theme song, you know? And I've been kind of playing around with wondering, like, I've really been loving playing music. And obviously, you know, going to get copyright issues and all that. But I was wondering, do you think I could get away with playing obscure foreign music? Like, do you think that would fly under the radar of
I have
DMCA's?
no idea.
I have no idea either. But I really want to play, like, obscure underground tracks from, like, Eastern Europe and Japan that I really like. But I have no idea if I'm going to get taken down for that.
I have no idea either.
I
I
don't know.
don't know what those guidelines are.
Why aren't you a lawyer?
Please, do you think that I could go to school to be a lawyer? After how you've seen how I am in school.
You could do anything that you put your mind to.
Look me in the eyes. Do you really think that I could go to school to be a lawyer?
I can't look you in the eyes right now. Yes, you can. I believe in you.
I think I'd rather jump off a bridge than do that.
I think you would jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get started. I need to backtrack to last episode for just one brief comment when we were talking about how I don't like to do things twice. There are, of course, some exceptions, I think, to that rule. But I was thinking about it, and I was trying to pinpoint when that shit happened. Because when I was a kid, I had no problem doing things twice. I would replay the same game over and over and over again, right? And then I would... Oh, my God. I thought I had more shit written down for this part. But now I can't remember what I was thinking because I didn't write it down. I'm going to cut all that out.
Okay.
So I just like, I'm trying to figure out when that shift would have happened in my life where I went from, oh yeah, I'll replay or watch the same movie over and over again, whatever, to no, doing the same thing twice is a waste of your time in life. Because that's a hard shift.
No, it is a hard shift.
That's
like,
a really hard shift.
I have always been, I like what I like. I'm gonna redo it over and over. I mean, you know this. I go through like little hyperfixations with certain like movies and TV shows. So
I think there's been a couple consistent ones our entire relationship, but yeah,
Which ones?
sure. I don't know, The Office,
The Office. That's actually a new one for me too. It used to be Friends.
but our entire relationship.
I know,
don't
that's
really think
still
you can
new.
say new
Yeah.
anymore.
No, I think it's new. I think my mom would agree that it's new. Friends went on for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay, but in the time span of your life, The Office has been
No, it's
3 years.
It's a new fixation for me. Yeah, 3 years.
No. But I'm saying
But
at 22, I don't think 3 years counts as new.
I think it does because I was I was
It's
fixated
basically
on
your
Friends.
entire adult life.
I was fixated on Friends for so long that The Office still feels like a new fixation for me.
What the hell is your definition of new? If not 3... Wait... 3 years, your entire adult life.
Because I see this going on like way longer. I fixate on shows for long periods of time. So I think,
But
like,
I don't
if
think
were
you
to
can say
ask
the word new.
new-ish. If you were to ask my family,
Most recent.
if you were to ask my family what show that I watched, they would all still say Friends. Because they don't know about The Office because I haven't talked about it as much because it's still newer. I feel like that's a fact that a lot of people, like at my bridal shower when they did like, oh, what show?
Give
My
me
mom
your
asked that
phone.
question, like, oh, what show or whatever.
We'll call on your mother.
Oh my
We'll see
God.
if your mother will answer on air, unlike my mother.
But everybody thought it was Friends because my Office fixation still.
What is the exact question we're going to be asking your mom?
I don't know.
Oh, I know what.
She might not answer.
I would hate if this would be the second time I've tried to call someone on air and they didn't answer.
Well, she might be driving.
Hello.
Hello, Nicole. How are you doing? You're on the podcast right now. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
If I was to ask you what show you thought Faith was watching right now, what would it be?
Doesn't count.
Shut up.
Probably The Office.
Oh, and you just said if she asked family, like what you thought she was watching, they would say Friends.
Not my mom, obviously.
But I know that that's not like her new obsession. Like that was an obsession like high school, college. So now her obsession is rewatching The Office over and over and over and over again.
And would you agreed? Would you define a habit of 3 years to be a new habit?
Yes.
Ha! Suck it, Michael.
That is.
If you've been doing something for 3 years, that's a new habit.
No, compared.
Yes. How? 3 years, her entire adult life,
no.
and it's a new habit?
Mom, especially compared to how much I used to watch Friends. The Office is relatively new now.
I don't think you can use that as a basis of comparison. We're talking about time. And 3 years for a 22-year-old, 21, whatever, 22.
I would say that her high school, early college is like one era. And her new era, Michael, is she's in her Office era.
But see, you can be a new era, but it's not a new habit. Like the new current era, but not like I don't think so.
My mom agreed with me. Your plan failed. My mom agreed with me.
I'm still right.
Okay.
Thank you, Nicole, for being on the podcast. Hope you have a great day.
You're welcome.
Even though you were wrong. Thank you. Bye.
I am not wrong.
Bye. I hung up on her. Well, it's so nice to know that I'm right once again.
No, you're such a little fibber. I told you.
3, I will die on this fucking hill. It'll be read at my funeral, and you're going to have to listen to the person reading my shit at my funeral that's saying, and by the way, 3 years does not mean new.
Move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, you move on. So I got bored this week, and I researched the optimal grounds to water ratio for a cup of coffee.
That's what you did when you got bored? Where's
Yes.
that button that says loser?
It doesn't say loser, it says nerd. Oh. And turns out this is a much hotter debate than I could have possibly anticipated. So, my interest in this came from because I was sitting there wondering, okay, for the last 2 weeks, I've really not enjoyed my morning cups of coffee. Why is that? I was like, I've been drinking out of a new coffee cup. Is it the coffee cup? You know, is it that I don't like a Yeti coffee cup? And I was like, I don't think that's it. And then I was like, well, this coffee cup holds a lot more liquid than my last coffee cup. Maybe it has something to do with that. And then I was like, oh, well, I did switch from making 6 or 8 ounce cups of coffee to making 14 ounce cups of coffee.
And you didn't add more grounds.
Well, at work, the coffee pods, they're just individual pods. I can't add more grounds. So I was like, okay, what? And then I was like, well, let's put this in terms of, utility, because when it comes to stuff like this, I prefer a utility argument, utilitarian. I'm connecting this to your academics. You like that?
I just love your brain.
And so I was thinking,
problem-solving brain.
How do I solve this problem? And I was like, well, you probably need to figure out what is the correct ratio, because this coffee, and then I realized the reason I don't like this coffee is it's just coming across too watery. And I was like, well, I would think that there'd be a broad range in which you could pour water through coffee grounds and it's equally like taking away the caffeine in those coffee grounds. And turns out that's not true. Turns out coffee grounds are extremely soluble, and a 4 ounce cup of coffee has as much caffeine as an 8 ounce cup of coffee. in terms of like if you just brewed it a single time, right? And from like a pod. So I was like, well then what has so in between there, the thought that came up I wanted to share is that the really driving factor is how am I going to get the most caffeine? Is it going to be out of a single 8-ounce cup of coffee or 2 4-ounce cups of coffee? What is the difference there? And first of all, most of the surface level internet responses were there's no difference, move on with your life. And I was like, I refuse to accept that because there has got to be an answer to this question. And turns out, like I said, it was extremely combative in the hardcore coffee drinker forums. They disagree heavily, and different companies also disagree on the correct ratio. But what I have found most consistently is the range of 1/15 to 1/18. So like as a ratio for every, like, let's say 1 ounce or 1 gram of coffee grounds to 15 ounces or grams of water up to 18. So in between equal parts 1/15 to 1/18. Does that make sense? I didn't know how to exactly to say those ratios, verbally. Because when you see something written down, you're like, oh, I know how to read that. You know what it is. But then you say things differently than what you read them, right? Because do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I do know what you're talking about, and I understand you.
In case people don't understand what I'm saying, I'm like, when you look at something with a dollar sign up front, you don't say $1,000. No, you say $1,000, right?
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
No,
yeah.
I knew what you were saying. I can't.
You wanted me to struggle?
Well, I just can't believe that's what you did when you were bored. You did that much research into that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing a very, very brief summary of an extensive amount of time that I spent reading from like coffee associations and roaster associations and their blogs and running around on forums and yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I started fixing that and I adjusted how much my coffee was. I brought it back down because naturally you just assume higher ounces means more caffeine and more coffee, right? And so then I dropped it back down to like 8 ounces and 6 ounces for cups of coffee. And I'm enjoying my coffee again this week. Good. It's fixed it. It solved a lot of the problems.
Good.
Turns out I was just drinking water, like coffee flavored water, you know? So
well, if any of you guys are having the same problem, you know what to do now. And you know why. Yeah.
And that's why, like, also to that extent, the smaller the cup of coffee, the stronger it is. So you're probably your like 2 to 4 ounce cups of coffee are probably going to have just as much caffeine as your 6 ounce cups of coffee.
So remember that when you go to a coffee shop and you feel like they didn't give you that much coffee.
Yeah. If you're going for the caffeine, just go for the smallest option because anything more than that, you're just paying for sugar and syrup.
Okay. Well, good thing I don't like coffee.
Yeah. Well, it's also changed my purchasing habits.
Probably, yeah. You get the
once I did this research, I also started going to when I stopped at a coffee shop, and normally I would get like the 20 ounce because I'm like more caffeine, But I'm like they're putting in the same amount of caffeine into the 12 ounce as they are the 20 ounce cup of coffee. They're just charging you an extra $2-3 because of the extra syrup they're putting in there. There's no like real benefit because you are getting roughly the same amount of flavor, but the smaller ones are going to have like a little bit more of a bolder taste. And I like that anyways, a little bit stronger taste and like I think everything mixes well at the smaller sizes. So yeah, it's already changed my purchasing habits after I did this little research jump.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Takeaway, caffeine is extremely soluble.
I'll stick with my chai.
I don't think the math quite works the same on chai because you probably just have to. Yeah, it's gonna be different. Yeah. Well, I have a little more stuff, but you didn't have anything you wanted to bring to the table today, right, Faith?
Well, I don't know. To follow up on my books from last week that I spent 30 hours reading. I've gotten to the point in the third book, like the third, like actual book, not like a compilation of just like POVs. Gotten to the point in the third book where the author hasn't written the rest of it, so now I have to wait. She actually has a chapter coming out today. She like has a schedule posted on her profile of like when she will post updates, so people know. And Saturday is one of those days, so I get a new chapter today, and then I have to wait till the next day until she uploads a new chapter.
Tough.
I know. And the book is like getting good. Like we're getting into it and it's getting good. But yeah, now I've fully caught up with not all of her work. There is another book I could read from hers, but it's not in the same universe, I don't think. And I'm just really attached to all these characters right now. I spend a lot of my day thinking about them. So yeah, I just have to wait now, which like necessarily isn't a bad thing. It's not like I have to wait for like, you know, like published books, you have to like wait years.
Yeah.
For the next one to come out. So this one I at least get a little taste throughout like the week. And I don't know, it's kind of fun. I really like supporting this author too, so that's where I'm at with my book. I'm still spending a lot of time on Wattpad, just not as much because I've caught up.
Your books are done.
And I tried to start a new book last night, like different author, different thing. I don't know about it. I'm not completely sure. So I might go back and read this girl. I actually don't know. I might read their other book that's not in that.
Okay. Do you want to drop names if you want to, since you wanted to say you supported them?
Oh, it's the one I brought up last week, like Bubbler or something like that. I can pull it up and spell it out again. But
pull it up real quick while I say my next thing. Now, I'm not blaming you for this, Faith, but I am
what
saying...
a way to start. What the heck?
I am saying it coincides with the start of our relationship, in that pretty much since we started dating, a certain communication issue has popped up for me, in that I have never in my life been a bad texter. I have always immediately responded to someone if they send a text message. Like, dropped everything, pause the game, whatever. Someone's trying to communicate me, I will respond immediately, right? It's just always been the case. I've always been very good at any form of communication. But since we've started dating, that's not been the case. And it's only gotten worse when compounding on other factors in life, like the issues that popped up by moving here. And I think I'm turning into a boomer because I'm just like, immediately, if someone texts me, I'm like, please just call me. I don't want to text.
I know.
Please don't text me.
I know.
I cannot drum up the energy to respond to text messages.
I know. You get it now.
And the thing is, like, I don't even have friends anymore that text me. So it's not like I'm getting inundated with text messages anymore, right? And I just cannot drum up the energy to respond to a text message.
Every time I tell people this, because this is like my actual thing with texting. I hate texting. Mainly, I have two problems with texting. The first one is you can't hear how somebody is telling you something. So, like, they'll say something and you're like, oh, are they mad at me? Like, what the heck? I hate how you can't read tones and, like, body language through text.
Yeah, that's a multi-generational issue with texting.
That's one of the reasons why I hate texting. Because it makes me, I don't know, it, like, makes me really anxious. And I hate texting. I would so much rather somebody just cold call me and ask me a question than to text. I see the benefit of texting. I fucking hate texting. I forgot what I was going to say after that. Oh, and then the other reason I tell people I don't like texting is because of how much energy it takes to text people back. Like, and every time I say that, they're like, really? And you're talking. It takes a lot of energy to text people back. At least for me. That's why I don't respond to people.
Honestly, I'm better at emailing people back on my personal email than I am texting. Which is a weird... Yeah. I think that's a really weird spot to be in, but that's like where I'm at. Even so, like, emails, I used to be also extremely on top of email communication. Now, oh, buddy, you're lucky to get a response back to me in like 2 weeks, which, in my opinion, is actual etiquette for email. If you email me, expect a reply within the next fortnight.
Email is becoming like less and less. Like, people use it less and less. People aren't checking it.
And I know like there's been attempts to like push out into society the belief that if you text someone, you know, they realistically have 48 hours to respond to a message, because if you're texting them, it's not urgent. If it's urgent, you should be calling them.
Yeah, and like
I don't think that's really stuck. People people still expect to have immediate control of your attention by sending a text message, as if they were in person talking to you face to face.
That's because people don't like calling. People don't like cold calling. There's this patient at work, and every time you call him and he goes to voicemail, his long message is, "Why are you calling me? Who calls people anymore? Like, text me, man." Like, that's his voicemail.
That's so annoying.
It is really annoying because it's so long and I have to sit through it before I can leave a message.
I think you should Google this, but I think there's a number that you can press to skip those intro messages.
Oh, I will Google that because it's really annoying.
It might.
Anyways, I would so much rather people cold call me. I don't know. I really hate texting. It takes so much energy. Like, I have like 20 unread messages on Instagram alone right now because...
Man, it's a wonder I ever made it out of the DMs, huh?
Texting already takes a lot of energy. And I know people are going to say that I'm ridiculous for that. I've gotten shit about that my whole life, saying like, oh, texting takes too much energy. It does. Like, mental energy for me, texting like drains me. Mm-hmm. Like, if I go through and like respond, because every once in a while, once a month, I'll go through all of my messages and respond to everybody. But it, like, mentally drains me so much that I feel like I need a nap after. Like, it's an actual problem that I don't know how to fix because it just drains me. And so I hate texting. But Instagram is even worse because then it's just all these reels that people are sending me, which I like that people think of me when they see things and they want to send them to me. But, like, oh, my gosh. And then I have to go look at all of them and, like them or respond to them and like let people know that they...
When someone sends me a reel or a TikTok, I will only watch and respond to it if there's a comment left with it. Like, oh my God, I found this really funny, or like, dude, I would do the same thing in that situation. You got to leave a comment for me to know that it was more than I bet Michael would find this funny. Tell me why you're sending this to me, and I guarantee you I will respond every time.
Yeah, see, I try to, like, instead of, like, responding, because responding, again, I will die on the hill. It takes too much energy. I don't know what that problem is. But I'll, like, not just like it, but I'll go through and be like, oh, that was funny. I'll put the laughing emoji with that one. Or, like, the skull emoji with that one. Like, I'll try and, like, make it seem like I don't care. Like, I'm not saying I don't care that you're sending me stuff, because I do care. But, like, oh, my gosh, I can't respond to everybody.
Like, I get it.
Right now...
Oh, you're opening your phone. What's the name of that author?
Oh, it is Bubbers, Bubbers.
Okay. Wanted to get that before you switched away from that screen.
Right now, I have 14 missed calls, 71 unread text messages, 6 Snapchats, 9 messenger things, and I turned off notifications for Instagram. I have 11 messages.
A difference between us is that I see those notifications, and it also simultaneously stresses me out to have unread messages. But if I open them up to read them and still not respond, I'm going to forget to ever respond. And then that's just extra rude, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even though they don't know that you read versus not read it, I feel like a read but unresponded message is more rude than an unread message.
Yeah. That's why I turned my read receipts off. I couldn't do it.
I'm safe from that. We don't have that.
I know. I turned mine off because I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like, I can't do it. There's too much pressure on it. I couldn't do it. And then I also have... I have 7,796 emails. I just can't do it. That's why...
I need to know, what does your work email look like?
My work email, I actually keep clean.
Okay. I just needed to make sure, because if this translated into your employee life, that would be concerning.
No, I do keep my work email and everything pretty clean. Like, those I clear out messages I don't need. But that's also because I, like, started doing that right when I got it.
Yeah.
I feel like if I would have started cleaning out my email years ago, I would have kept up with it. But now it's to the point it's like there's 7,000. Like, what am I going to do?
So when we come back from our honeymoon, your work email's screwed?
No, I'll at least catch up on that.
Okay. I think the only thing that keeps me responding to messages in a timely fashion at work is the fear of being homeless. That is if I had the fear of being homeless for not responding to personal text messages, I guarantee you I'd have no problem. But I'm like, I just think I just want to be left alone with my wife and my dog and eventually kids.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Unless you got a good reason.
Yeah. So anyways, long story short, if you're listening to this and you want to get a hold of Michael and I, please call. I'm not going to be mad if you call. I'm going to be actually a little bit more annoyed that you texted.
Yeah. Which is, really funny because I don't think we're alone in this at all.
See,
by no means. And
I think I am. I feel very insane for saying I'd rather have you call because everybody in my generation says, don't call me. That's so weird. Why would you cold call me? You text first. That's how my generation is. I feel like it's
split because I feel like there's a contrasting zeitgeist out there of don't do that. And then there's this also like very quickly rising and growing subset of the of the United States population that, for instance, are going back to knob and dial cars, right? Mm-hmm. And switching to phones that don't have touchscreens or even that aren't smartphones, right? So there's that growing population. I think those people are also in the similar boat of call me, right?
Yeah.
So I think that that opposite side is growing very quickly that we would easily align with.
I definitely don't think people are going to stop texting me. They're not going to start calling me because people don't like to talk on the phone, which is, I don't know. I used to not like to talk on the phone, but after I realized that I really fucking hate texting, because in high school I got made fun of all the time for being a dry texter. Especially like talking to guys, they're like, you're a bad texter, you're such a dry texter.
Oh, that's just high school boys trying to manipulate you into being more emotional for them.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have taken any of that.
But like, I would get that told to me all the time, and I was like, I don't know what you want from me. I can't. Call me then, and we can talk about something. But I don't want to sit there and like just wait for you to text back all the time. Like, if we're gonna sit there on the phone and like be texting, why can't you just call me and tell me what you want to tell me? Mm-hmm. Like, I hate texting. I've always been a bad texter. I've always got made fun of for being a bad texter. But the people like Rachel and the people that I'm actually like really close friends with, they know this about me, and so they know if they need an answer in the next 2 to 3 business days, they have to call me. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I won't. And I'm on my phone enough that, like, if you call me, I'll answer. It's not like I won't answer your call either. Yeah. I will. And if I see the missed call, I'll actually call you back.
Mm-hmm. And this is even so bad. I'm thinking about this. Like, I've been trying to text. There's a guy who came over from California a few weeks back. You remember? Yeah. So he recommended a podcast episode, and we listened to it on a road trip. And I've been meaning to text him since we listened to this episode that how much I really enjoyed it and I appreciated the recommendation. But it's like not quite big enough for me to give him a call, especially when I don't know, how does this person react to phone calls?
That's fair.
Yeah. But I'm like, I haven't even managed to text him that I appreciated something that he did. Oh my God, that sounds awful the way I just phrased it. I'm going to text him immediately after this episode ends. The way I just phrased that made me realize how much of a piece of shit I was being for saying that way. But I mean, I just appreciate that he said, "Oh, you should check out this podcast." Yeah. But so it's again, not that big a deal.
Feel big enough to call, but like if it was roles reversed, I would love for you to call and tell me that.
Yeah.
But like again, like our generations are so messed up with texting and calling that you don't know who's gonna be so annoyed of calling, because like that's like
you sound like a boomer too.
I know that's like a widely known thing in our generation that you don't cold call.
It's not just your generation though. That started with mine.
I said our generation.
Oh, I see. I just assumed you meant like almost in the royal sense, our, not
no,
like literally
I meant like yours too.
Yours.
Yeah, because people just don't like being cold called, which like sometimes I get, but like I don't know. I'd rather you just call. I don't know. Just call me.
And the last part of why I think I'm being a boomer though is that I hate all new technology, except for the newest versions of the Digivices.
You're insane.
I don't hate those. I so desperately want to buy a Digivice so bad.
I know.
They're like $150. But they're premium, and I hate myself so much for losing it as a child. If I had my original Digivice for my kid, please. Are you kidding me? God, I want a Digivice so bad. Anyways, that's my segue into the last time I'm going to bring up Digimon.
Oh my God. I highly doubt it.
No, I brought it up 3 weeks in a row. I need to move on because I'm sure I annoyed people last week, and I'm definitely annoying more people this week with this. So you have seen me play almost right about 90 hours.
But to think that all the time that you've been playing, I've been reading. So
yeah, but you've still had to hear things. I've still made you look at my
I'm
Digimon.
in my own world.
No, but I've made you look before.
Yeah, but I don't mind that. They're cool.
Yeah, but what I'm getting to is that now that I've forced you to be surrounded by 90 hours of Digimon noises and look at all my cool new Digimon, look what it is. It's a tank. Or that man has a revolver for a body. Look. Or I have a big strong man to drive me around on his motorcycle. I just wanted to know, what do you think about Digimon now?
Oh, interesting. Also, I would like to say I think it's a fair trade because I make you look at things I'm doing in my Sims world all the time that I know you don't care about.
I care that you enjoy it.
Yes, but I know that you specifically don't give a shit about what color counters I put into a house.
Sometimes, I'm going to admit to you that sometimes I can't see a difference between the two colors you're telling me.
No, I know. And
like,
you just say, yeah, looks good. And you turn back to your screen. I know that you do that.
I can't, legitimately, they look exactly the same to me. And I can't see the difference that you are seeing.
Yeah, I know. But I appreciate that you still, take time to look over. So I think it's a fair trade-off. Mm-hmm. That you asked me to look at your video games and you help me with my Sim stuff. Mm-hmm. When I know that you really don't care.
I care that you care.
Again, I know that you don't care.
I care that you care.
Okay.
So can you tell me what you think about Digimon now? Because 90 hours is a lot of time to be surrounded by it and not have picked up something.
Honestly, I'm going to be so for real.
I hate you so
No idea
much.
what's going on in your game. I have no idea what you're trying to do. I know that you're trying to, collect guardians, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm telling you, when I read my book, I'm in my own little world. I, kind of tune that out. But what I have seen, I don't really
I've
know
also
if I
made
have.
you watch the Digimon American version movie. I've made you watch that before, haven't I?
No.
Because remember, I was like, it was early on in our dating, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a terrible movie. It's all one-liners and stuff. Mm-mm. Oh, I definitely showed you it. I think you just don't remember.
You showed me clips, but I don't think we've ever watched a full episode or a full movie together.
Okay.
So, from right now, what I see about it is the art style is very different than other games that you've played, but in a fun way. Mm-hmm. So that's been fun. I still don't understand the Digimon stuff full. I don't know.
What do you mean by that? You don't understand the
I don't
Digimon
understand
stuff.
how they evolve. I don't understand how you get places. I don't when I tell you I haven't really been paying attention, I haven't really been paying attention.
Okay.
I've been letting you do your thing. But I do like that they're all very unique. Some of them look like Digimon, and then some of them are literally a car. And the other ones are a person with really big boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, the fun fact is that Digimon are created, they exist in the digital world of our computers, right? Mm-hmm. And so the use of the internet is what affects the creation of new Digimon, right? Mm-hmm. And so all the big booby goth girls are, because of, yeah. So that's where all those mega level Digimon come from.
Okay.
Just way overuse of the internet. And because it's a symbiotic relationship. It's so hard to exactly explain it without fucking making everyone rip their ears off for this podcast. So we're not going to get into it unless I find out suddenly everyone who listens to this show is a huge Digimon fan. Then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But
it looks fun. Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad that you're enjoying it so much because you were really looking forward to it. So I'm glad it's living up to your expectations.
Yeah.
And that you're having this much fun and putting this much time in. It is fun. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're having so much fun and you want to play it. Okay. Because 2 years ago, you didn't really want to play video games anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You've come a long way.
You're a long ways back into enjoying my most fulfilling entertainment hobby.
Yeah. So I'm really happy that you are enjoying this game and it's living up to what you want it to be. Yeah. Even though I don't really know what's going on in it. But
Yeah. Also, the thing about Digimon is that it's so different with every piece of property that the only thing that remains the same are like the Digimon themselves, right? But the lore, the history, the religion, the civilizations, the like how they exist changes between every video game and every movie and every TV show. It's constantly different. Yeah. So I can't remember how I was going to connect that to what you just said. So we're going to move on.
I don't know, but I'm really happy that you found something that you were really obsessed with to play 90 hours a week, and I found a book that I was equally
Not
obsessed
90
with.
hours a week, but...
Well, in total.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I found something that I was really obsessed with to also spend that much time, so we had, like, kind of obsessions at the same time. I think it worked really well.
Okay.
Maybe not well for, like, our mental health and all that, but... Actually, I take that back. I had a great time last week.
I'm going to say it's been good. It's good for me.
It's not good that we've been staring at our screens for that long.
No.
But we've been having a great time.
No, and I would never admit to anyone outside of this podcast, i.e. admitting it to the whole world that that's what we've been doing. But it's where we're at. Okay. So, let's we're 36 minutes in. That blew by really fast. Let's wrap it up. I wanted to share with you the dessert dog. The 70th hot dog to be made on the hot dog playlist on Canvas Apron, the cooking channel. And I wanted this to be a dessert dog to really just like, cherry on top kind of thing, right? Here's what I've got. I'm going to be doing a toasted bun with butter, most likely a brioche bun, with a blueberry compote, and crispy bacon bits.
Okay.
And topping it off with either maple syrup or honey.
I think that sounds good.
I think it sounds like a cavity and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be disgusting on a hot dog. But we had to do a very sweet dessert dog for the very last hot dog in this series.
Yeah.
Or this season of the series, I should say.
Yeah.
Because there is a somewhat stronger likelihood, given recent events, that it'll come back next year. Somehow. I think we're going to have to drastically change, because I can't do 35 weeks of hot dog videos. I can't do that again. I want to move on to bigger, more exciting things. So, but I think I have some ideas, especially with recent interest in what I've got cooking up soon. So, do you have a recommendation?
I do.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Do yours first. My throat is really dry.
Well, then my recommendation is going to be another, I'm not sure it rises to the popularity of cult classic.
Okay.
But it's a pretty rough movie from the, I want to say 80s. And that's going to be Eight-Legged Freaks. You ever heard of this? You want to take and guess what it is?
I don't even know, Michael.
Essentially, this guy has like a collection of spiders, and the spiders interact with like radioactive waste or something, and they all grow like 100 times their size. And so this like desert valley is assaulted by like everything from like 3 to like, I think it was like 10-foot spiders running around and killing everyone. And there's this whole terrible chase scene with bad CGI of these kids that were hanging out riding their motorcycles, and one of them gets attacked by it, and they look back, and on top of the gas station they were at, just spiders everywhere. They're like, oh my god, right? They're running around, and they try to get on their motorcycles and speed away, but these spiders start chasing after them. It's gold. Great movie.
You're insane.
It's definitely one of those like Sci-Fi Channel movies. But Eight-Legged Freaks, check it out. It'll be worth your time.
Okay. I'm stuck between 2.
Okay.
So I think I might just get both.
Not allowed.
I'm gonna get both.
Okay.
My first one, because it's October, watch a Halloween movie. My recommendation is The Corpse Bride. I am obsessed with Tim Burton. honestly, just a Tim Burton movie in general. I love Tim Burton. Michael doesn't agree with me. My mom doesn't agree with me.
Hold up. Before someone calls for, like, my execution. It's not that I don't like Tim Burton. He just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, you guys just don't get it.
Don't say it like that. When people say that, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Because it's like, it's just like when people say that you're not a parent, so you don't have access to the secret knowledge, you know? Yeah. Just because someone doesn't like someone does not mean they don't get it, okay?
I know that annoys you too. That's why I said it.
Then get off my fucking podcast.
No, I love Tim Burton. Like, his vibes and everything that he brings, like him and Alice in Wonderland, Anyways.
And you said I was rage baiting? That I'm the rage baiter in the family?
I have to get
Finish
you
what
back.
You're saying.
I have to get you back every once in a while. But Tim Burton, specifically, I really like The Corpse Bride. That was weird. But Tim Burton, The Corpse Bride.
Boyden.
Tim Burton.
I'm going to rage bait you back now.
Tim Burton, how many times can I say his name? In The Corpse Bride. Not in it, but like, whatever. The Corpse Bride. Watch it for Halloween this season. It's so good. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I think my top 3 Halloween movies are, I think goes Hocus Pocus, because Hocus Pocus will forever be one of my favorite Halloween movies. I absolutely adore that movie. Hocus Pocus, Corpse Bride, and Beetlejuice.
Whoa! Halloween Town's not on that list?
Halloween Town's on number 4. Those 4. But, like, those are my top 3. I watch those movies every single season. Honestly, I watch them even when it's not fall or Halloween. Yeah. Anyways, Corpse Bride. Watch it. You'll like it. And then my book recommendation. Michael and I recently started listening to The Poppy Wars by R.F. Kuang. And I really like it so far.
Very good. Fantastic.
It's really good. I'm excited to get more into, like, the magical element of it. But so far it's really good. Like, I can, like, imagine this very well. Like,
It's very descriptive, I think.
Yeah. It's very, like, more dense, I guess, is the word.
I don't think anyone would appreciate the simile. I don't know the word, the comparison that I'm about to make. But imagine Tolkien, but imagine a Tolkien book written by someone of Asian descent, and they were basing it off of, like, Chinese mythology rather than, like, Western, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that kind of density and, like, level of, like, explanation and detail put into the work, but it's based in Chinese myth.
Yeah, like, it's really good. But I think if you go into it thinking it's going to be like a fantasy book, you're going to be a little disappointed. I think you got to go into it thinking it's going to be like historical fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, it's historical fantasy very, very much. Like, there's a lot of history and stuff involved in this, so it makes it dense.
Which
but, like, in the best way possible.
I love, yeah.
Yeah, like, in the best way possible. It is really good. I can't wait to get into, like, more of, like, the main story. Mm-hmm. But so far, it's been really good. Like, we had to go. We didn't have to. I wanted to go see my family. And it's like an hour and a half. A little less than that. But that was the quickest that drive has ever been.
Yeah,
listening
100%.
To that book. And it's really good. The chapters are really long because, again, it's a little dense. Not a little, but it is dense, like we said. But if you're looking, like, if you like something like that, I might be interested. I think you should give it a shot. Like, it's really good. It's like a 3-book series, I think.
Yes, I think 3.
As far as, yeah. But yeah, I think your description was actually pretty good. Like, it's definitely that vibe, just, like, more, like, Chinese culture involved. But it's really good. And I didn't know if I was going to like it that much, just because I'm way more into, like, hard, like, fantasy and, like, romantasy and that. But I'm really enjoying it. And I think partly because I'm, like, listening to it with you and we can, like, talk about it. Also, it's actually kind of funny. I didn't think this book was going to be funny.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of surprising humor
Yeah.
put in there.
Like, there was one line, what did she say? It was like, you're about as useless as a gay rooster.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I looked at each other, we were like, what?
Useless as a gay rooster, yeah.
So
I
it's just
loved
got, like, some, like, comedic relief that you wouldn't expect in random places throughout this book where, like, it's serious, but then they say something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that about does it for today. Thanks so much for joining another episode of Sunny Side Up. We'll catch you next week with a new guest.